Hey everybody, Chris with chrisbello.com. Today I wanted to talk about you only live once, YOLO. We've heard this used over and over again in different rap songs. It's a very overused phrase, but it's so incredibly true. You really do only live once. Tomorrow is not promised. For all we know, this ceiling fan could somehow fall on my head and could kill me here during this video. That's something that I actually joke with my mom all the time. When I wanted to go travel in Cambodia, she's like, a lot of kidnappings happen there. And I'm like, Mom, have you even ever been to Cambodia? No? Okay, so what soap opera did you watch this on or whatever? What news channel is feeding you this garbage? I always joke, Mom, a bus could just go right through your window now and just kill you. I hope, knock on wood, I hope that doesn't happen because I love you and I want you to hang around a little bit longer. But really, we never know what's going to happen. Life can end at any moment, and life is so incredibly precious. However, I think it's important to live a life without fears. The only fear that you should have is the fear of regret. My biggest fear, other than sometimes when I was scuba diving and TMI, I was feeling a little sick. I threw up underwater once, and that was my first time scuba diving. So when I inhaled, I thought I was going to inhale water. Luckily, the regulator fixes that situation. But I had that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to drown. I'm 30 feet below the water. The surface seems so far away. I'm not supposed to rise quickly. But other than a couple of fears like that, my biggest fear is the fear of reaching my deathbed and then looking back and having a long list of regrets. And I've spoken with some older people who they're not as mobile as they used to be. They can't do things like go skydiving or go scuba diving. Actually, a few years ago when I quit my corporate job in oil and gas, I was hiking in California and there was an older lady who was just having a very hard time moving around. And I remember she told me, because we were having some small conversation at one of these little viewpoints overlooking the beautiful ocean. And I was saying, yeah, I've got tickets. I'm going to go to Asia for a month. It's going to be great. Going to Japan, getting scuba certified in Thailand, all these different things. And she was just having those regrets saying, oh, that sounds so nice. I wish I had done those things when I was younger. I'm too old to do those things now. And I just felt so incredibly sad for her because she's living with all these regrets of things she hadn't done. And I can honestly say, I hope this doesn't happen, but if I were to die today, right after this video, or tomorrow, or whatever, I've honestly lived life to the fullest possible extent. I've done everything that I can possibly do. I'm working towards my dreams. My vision board's right here. I'm working towards accomplishing those goals, making those reality. I've done a lot of the things on the vision board already. I've traveled to a lot of places. I've gotten skydive certified. I'm working on getting a better physique every single day. There's a few things on here that I'm still working towards. I don't have a Lamborghini in the garage yet. In fact, I don't even have a garage in my old house right now, just a driveway. I've got a 50-unit apartment complex up there. I've got a Range Rover. There's a lot of places up there that I still want to travel to, for example, but I'm working towards them. There's a really good question that I think you should ask yourself before you try anything. If you're afraid of the unknown or afraid of what people might think, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Oftentimes, the answer is actually not that scary. The worst that can happen isn't often even that big of a deal. You start a business, you raise money from investors, you struggle, you had a bad plan, or the execution was poor. You lose the investors' money, the business goes into the ground, you've got to close down the doors, and you got to start over. Sucks. It happens all the time. What happens? What's the pros though? You learn lessons, you learn what not to do, you learn how not to approach the situation, and you can build on those experiences and make the next attempt and the next go even better. A lot of CEOs and successful CEOs that you look at today, they didn't just start this random idea and get lucky on the first try. They worked at it. They failed forward, they fixed their mistakes, they learned lessons, and they course corrected as they went. Many of them have a graveyard of ideas and businesses that failed, different tools that they created. The more podcasts that I listen to, and every time I hear a person who's doing pretty well, it's very exciting to hear about the long list of failures because that helps me get that motivation every time I hit a wall or I'm struggling with something. I know that others have been down that road before and that I'm not the only one and that there's still light at the end of the tunnel in case my first idea doesn't go according to plan. Another thing that works is to look at what's the best thing that can happen. Using the business example, you start a business, you raise money from investors, great, it's going well, you go public, you have that IPO, you have a nice exit, you get acquired, and you get enough financial reward to be set for life. Typically, it's not that black or white. It's not like you're going to either go bankrupt immediately or you're going to go public and be financially free for the rest of your life. Usually we operate somewhere in the middle, and we're always trying to get better every single day, incrementally improving day by day, putting in the work. And that's how success comes about. So I love that question, what's the worst that can happen? Because, okay, the worst thing that happens, you travel to a new country. The worst thing, you could probably get kidnapped or murdered or hit by a bus, or you get injured and you don't have insurance over there. So, okay, get some travel insurance, travel with a friend, take some preventative measures, and live your life. You can't be in a little bubble afraid of everything and never leave the house. What's the best that can happen? You can go have the most amazing trip of your life. You and a friend or you and a partner could have the most amazing experience, meet friends in hostels and connect with them on social media, and then meet up with them in a few months somewhere else in another place. I've had experiences like that. It's been amazing. Staying in touch with people who I met in a hostel. Believe it or not, I live in Texas. I met some people who went to school in Austin, Texas, in a tiny island in Thailand, and they were roommates. They had graduated from the University of Texas. It's such a small world. There's so many great experiences out there. But what if I had said, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to go scuba diving. I don't want to stay in this hostel. I ended up staying in that hostel even though there were bed bugs, because there weren't really a whole lot of options. But I was on vacation. What can you do? I was only there to sleep at night. I buttoned up a little extra tight when I went to bed, but it was still a good time, a great experience, and you really don't have much to be afraid of. The only thing you should fear is a fear of regret. A really great motivational quote that I love is, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. And that's from Mae West. So the action that I want you to take today is to think about a few of the things that you've been wanting to do, but you're scared of the unknown, you're scared of failing, or you're scared of what other people think. Who cares about what other people think? Me being in real estate in Houston, I just put a bumper sticker driving traffic to a landing page on the back of my car. Custom sticker, ordered it on Sticker Mule. I've never put a sticker on my car before. I've always liked to keep it pretty neutral and just keep the car clean. But I put this message up and I'm driving traffic because I know the potential. The profit on my last wholesale deal, for example, $31,000. The question that I post to people on my Instagram story, I put the little poll up there and I was like, would you put a sticker on the back of your car for $31,000? I think 10 people responded or 9 people responded. One person said no, so must be really doing well there, or maybe you fat fingered it, because everyone else said yes, and most people that I know would take the sticker on their car to make an easy 31 grand. It's just amazing to me that people let the fear of what others think stop them. So I really don't care what people think. I'm hoping that even if I get one deal off that bumper sticker on the back of my car, that sticker would have been worth it. That last deal that I did could have bought that car cash that I'm driving right now. Honda Accord, 2014 model, got it new years ago. Have a review on it that actually the video did pretty well on my YouTube channel. But the point of the story is, don't worry about what other people think. They're not paying your bills. Do what you want to do. Pursue your passions. Take action in the areas that are going to move the needle in your business, in your life, in your relationships. And fear nothing, only fear regret. Let me know about something that you've been afraid of trying, or something that you're wanting to do but you're just afraid. Feel free to post it in the comments below and let's work through it and just help you overcome that fear. If you're scared of heights, nothing like going skydiving to just, put a middle finger in the face of fear. If you're scared of starting that business, meet some people who've had successful businesses and get some advice from them. Let them encourage you and let you know that, yeah, sure, it's going to be difficult. Nothing worth having comes easy, but it's not as hard as you might think. So that's my message for today. I hope I inspire some of you to take action. Questions, comments, concerns, please do drop them in the comments below. Visit me at chrisbello.com. Be sure to read the blog post and check out the podcast. And hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Have a great week, everybody. See you all on the next video.